Okay, today I'm going to talk about the books that I've read and how I'm getting along with the series. So, as I've said before, I started the series at the end of last year, and a lot of times people ask me, "What are you reading?" People want to know sort of what should I read, and a lot of times I can't answer because I'm reading very specifically. I'm reading the African Writer Series. I'm going through the African Writer Series, and I'm making commentaries, and I'm creating all sorts of graphic material on it. So I just want to do a quick video to explain where I've got to with the series, what I've read, and what remains sort of to be read, which is hundreds. There are hundreds of books. I probably won't ever get through them. At some point, I'll have to stop, but I'm at the very beginning. Let's see how far I can get. So at the beginning, so I've read Things Fall Apart. I've done a video on that. I've done some material on that. I'll put some links into the things I've done. I'm probably going to do a summary, some summary video about the themes in Things Fall Apart. Fantastic read, very well known. Everybody should read it. Chinua Achebe was the first editor of the series. Started in 1962. Yes, so it's 60 years of the series. So that was book one. I've read that one. Then book two was Burning Grass, Cyprian Ekwensi. He's more famous for The Passport of Malamilia, the other books like that. But Burning Grass was fantastic and quite topical. The very beginning is about how, the cattle rearers move down when they start to burn the grass. And it's a love story. Very interesting book. No Longer at Ease, which continues with the story of Okonkwo's grandson and how he lives life in the city. The things about Chinua Achebe's books are that, this was sort of old village school style. This is more of contemporary 1960s, but many of the things in here we can recognize today. So I skipped number four. Number four is Zambia Shall Be Free. It's almost out of print. There's one very expensive copy that's in print. It's Kenneth Kaunda. I'll probably still buy it because I really want to read it, especially now that it's rare. I'll try to get it. With all these books, I try to get as close to the original editions as possible. I can find to make them as old as possible, just because it's the nostalgia. I like the old things. I like the orange. So the fifth one was People of the City. Again by Cyprian Ekwensi. Same person as Burning Grass. Again, two very different books. This is about rural north of Nigeria. This was about city life, Lagos life. Fantastic book, fantastic read. Very different books, different ideas, but you'd know that Cyprian Ekwensi was probably a lover because he's in love with love in each of them. And I skipped. So the sixth book should have been Mind Boy and Weep Not Child. I don't know why I haven't bought them yet, but I'll buy them. I have read Weep Not Child. I will read it again. I read it in secondary school. I'll read it again. And Mind Boy, Peter Abrahams, I'm not sure if I've read it, but I am going to read it. So what I did was I ended up skipping. So I jumped from book 5 to book 26. I don't know why. This is my copy of Aphro. My sister bought it for me. She bought it for me in Port Harcourt. And I read it, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I didn't wait until number 26. Female writer, absolutely fantastic. She's the missing voice among all these men writing about men and male perspective. She gives a very, very beautiful female perspective of village life. The character is an amazing one. I have to do a talk about it. I've raved and raved and raved to everyone who dares to listen to me. It was absolutely amazing. So what am I going to read for May? Oh, and I went on to book 8. Actually, I jumped to book 8, which was a book of African verse. Lots of poetry. Our old favorites, at least the ones I grew up knowing. Wole Soyinka, poetry of Wole Soyinka. We have L.S. Senghor in here, but we also have Birago Diop. We have some of these Ghanaian writers. Some people that I really did not read much about. Kwesi Brew, who I do know about. So yeah, it's an interesting anthology. It's a very slim volume, but it's quite nice. Lots of nice poems in there. So we're the second week of May. This is the middle of May. So what am I going to read for the rest of May? I have started. This is Modern African Prose. This is number 9. Oh, it's come off. It was a library copy, so it had that thing on it. So this is book number 9, and it's modern African prose. Some of it is short stories, 19 short stories in all. Some of them are excerpts from books, and some of them are short stories in their own rights, 19 of them. So that's what I'm going to finish, and I'm going to just do a summary on them. So look out for the summary that I'm going to do on this one. And that's number 9. Number 10 that I'll also be doing in May is Equianos Travels. Very popular book, became popular, I think it blew up in like 20 years ago. But anyway, it's always been here. It's always been part of the series, one of the earliest books on the series. And I'm going to read it, do a review on it. And the one thing I haven't done, which I really hope to be able to do, is to actually go to the University of Reading. The University of Reading holds the collections on Heinemann's official correspondence with all of these authors. Now, to be able to go through these books, to look through them, go through that correspondence, and not only give you information about the book, but also able to provide you information about the context behind everything, the struggles the writers faced, how different the first versions were from the current versions, whatever criticisms, critique that they had, and just about the process behind. I think that would be fantastic. It'd be something that would be absolutely amazing if I was able to do. So that's something that I have in mind. But for now, these are the 2 books I'm going to be reading. I'm going to read the Modern African Prose. I'm going to read Equianos Travels. And do follow me. I'll put the links in there, so keep an eye out. And let me know in the comments, what are you reading, or what have you ever read that you like? And if you are, unlike me, instead of, drowning yourself in decades of nostalgia, you decide you're reading more contemporary, can you link anything? Is there anything you can link from books you've read that are written in the 50s and the 60s? And does any of that link to anything you're reading now? Because an important theme, you said, what's the purpose of all these books? We're looking for new voices, we're looking for new authors, we're looking for people who are going to reflect our current times. And that is really important. However, it's also very interesting to see where these old authors manifest themselves in the present. We see their influence, and we're able to note their influence. We're able to note where people have actually used these books. I think I would love to one day use these books actually in new writing. That's called intertextuality, where you weave books within books. And that is the fate of true classics. You have a true classic book, you'll find it woven into more contemporary pieces, and it just enriches the whole idea of the books. So yes, look out. I will let you know what I think of these, and I'll do some summaries, some academic summaries on them. Thanks for listening.